quick pause. Quick pause.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about California breaking away. Last week we talked about Texas breaking away. Meantime, in the Philippines, there's this issue now that's being brought up again about Mindanao
Yeah.
splitting from the Philippines. Any
Right.
2 cent thoughts from that? Any 2 centavos? Any thoughts?
So I don't understand here. A big Mindanao. They've always wanted to be their own place ever since, as far as I can remember, growing up as a kid in the Philippines as well. It has been a discussion where Mindanao wanted to be um, its own country.
There was a senator that said, "What if I have to go to Mindanao? Then it's going to be difficult for me to visit my relatives. I'm going to have to get a visa." Maybe like he's misunderstanding something somewhere because if I go to another Asian country, maybe not Japan, but there are other Asian countries where
Right.
I'm not required to have a visa, right? It's just one of
Right.
those like silly excuses. Ako, I totally understand and have respect for the want or the need for our Mindanao brothers and sisters to want separation, but it can't
Right.
be like it's not black and white. Like, oh, that means you're gonna have to get a visa to go to Manila, and then if you're gonna go to Zamboanga, then you have to get a visa. It's like there's some misunderstanding, miseducation somewhere, I think.
I mean, I think there definitely is. The thing there is, there's some states or some countries or some parts of, like, for example, in the U.S. All right, that economically it's going to be better on its own as opposed to
Yeah,
being part of the bigger picture.
yeah.
You know,
I'm
if
not either for or against it. What I'm saying lang is either argument just doesn't seem to explain their side very well is what I'm saying.
okay,
I I can understand the separation, the want and need for it. I'm just saying like iron it out. Is it going to be for like is it a totally separate president? Do we really need to get a visa? Blah 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 blah. I mean like if it's since California is separate from Nevada, for example, or Texas
hmm
is separate from Louisiana and all these other states, you don't have to have a visa to cross that state line. I mean, what does
well, yeah,
separate
but I
actually
don't I
mean
don't
is
think
what I mean.
it's yeah I don't think it's going to go to that part. If it does, I think they just want to be recognized. Like Mindanao wants to be recognized as its own, I don't know, country or whatnot. But is that a good idea?
Yeah, economically, I'm sure it's another issue. But
Correct.
yeah,
Economically,
I'm
it
not.
might be a good idea, but as a country, definitely not.
What I'm saying is, I don't even know enough about it to even have an opinion. What my only opinion is, the only reason why I really wanted to bring it up was because I don't know anything about it, aside from the fact that I understand why they want to be separate.
Right.
But what that separation actually means, like what's the prenup all about? By the way, we can talk about Bea Alonso and breaking up because of the prenup and all that kind of thing. But you know, it's like what's the details of that prenup or that separation?
Right.
I don't think it's clear enough. I haven't looked into it deep enough, and the comment that's like, oh, so I'm gonna need to have a visa when I go to Mindanao. It's like such a dumbifying it a little too much. I mean, we're not that stupid.
I don't think it's gonna get there though. But what do I think of it? Really, my final thought in regards to Mindanao wanted to be on its own. I don't think it's gonna be good for the country. To be honest with you, I mean, definitely Mindanao, like I said earlier, economically, they're striving. You know, um, on a world on its own, they're economically set. But as a separate from the country, man, it's gonna turn this country apart. You know, that's my 2 cents to it. It's
Yeah, there's got to be something about united we stand.
right.
We're stronger together, but there's got to be a way. I'm thinking there's got to be a way to be separate. It's like divorced parents, maybe. There's got to be a way to still work it out,
Yeah.
have healthy kids, have a healthy country without creating any animosity slash total separation. I mean, there's got to be a way to work it out together. But that's where I think both sides of the argument fail to explain their side thoroughly, and so that
And I
we can
don't
all
think,
understand it.
yeah, and I honestly don't think that they're going to figure out a way to explain that properly. Basically, I
Yeah,
just don't.
madugo yan.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be pretty bad.
It's not an easy issue, but I just hate. I just don't like those people that are like, oh, then they're like oversimplifying the situation. I mean, it's not that simple.
It's not. It's
So
not big. To them, it's probably simple because they're probably thinking about themselves. But you have to look at the bigger picture. No matter what, you have to look at the bigger picture.